Namaste, Hamisha Khushro Betia. I am JVN Dr. Minakshi, Assistant Professor in Department of Shalakya Tantra, Faculty of Ayurvedic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. In the previous session, we discussed the anatomy of the eyelids. We discussed the gross anatomy of the eyelid. We discussed the layers of the eyelids. What are the 7 layers of eyelids? And what are the different structures present in the eyelids? And there was a detailed description with diagrams and everything. So in this session we'll discuss the glands of the eyelids. What are the glands which are present in the eyelids? First is the meibomian gland. These are also known as the tarsal glands. As we have already discussed, they are the parallel rows of glands present in the substance of the tarsal plate, and these are present in the stroma of the tarsal plate and are arranged vertically in the parallel rows we studied. They are about 30 to 40 in the upper lid and about 20 to 30 in the upper lid. So their number varies in the upper and lower lid. They are comparatively more in number in the upper eyelid. They are 30 to 40 in the upper eyelid, whereas a little bit lesser in number, 20 to 30 in the lower eyelid. They are the modified sebaceous glands. They are talking about the meibomian gland. They are the modified sebaceous glands, and their ducts open at the lid margin. Okay, the ducts open at the lid margin, and their secretion constitutes the oily layer of tear film. So tear film has the 3 layers. One layer is the oily layer, and its composition, and this oily layer is formed by the secretion of the meibomian gland. Then the second gland of eyelid is the glands of Zis. They are also the sebaceous glands, but their site of opening is different. They open into the follicles of eyelashes, as the meibomian gland open into the lid margin, and this opens into the follicles of the eyelashes. Then there is an image which is showing at the upper side. You can see the lacrimal gland, and at the superior fornix there are glands of Crow's, and then there are glands of Wolfring below the superior fornix, and glands of Mens. Then meibomian gland at the tarsal plate, the glands of Z's, which open into the root of the hair follicle, glands of Moll, which is near the hair follicle, and then glands of Crow's at the lower fornix. Next gland is the glands of Mole. These are the modified sweat glands. Earlier, the meibomian gland and the gland of Zis were the modified sebaceous glands, whereas the glands of Mole is the modified sweat glands situated near the hair follicle. The gland of Zis open into the root of the hair follicle, where the gland of Zis is situated near the hair follicle, and they open into the hair follicles or into the ducts of Zis gland. So they can open into the duct of Zis gland or into the hair follicles, and they do not open directly into the skin surface as elsewhere. Okay, they won't open into the skin surface directly. They will open into the hair follicle or the Z's gland duct. So next is the accessory lacrimal glands of Wolfring. These are present near the upper border of the tarsal plate. These glands of Wolfring are present as the, here you can see the yellow color glands. These are the glands of Wolfring which are present at the upper border of the tarsal plate. Then comes the blood supply of the eyelids. Which arteries supply the eyelids? The arteries of the lids means the medial and lateral palpebral. They form the marginal arterial arcades which lie in the submuscular plane in front of the tarsal plate. Okay, and We studied that in the submuscular or yellow tissue, we anesthetize this layer because the veins and nerves and our veins, our blood vessels are present in this layer. So they lie in the submuscular plane in front of the tarsal plate, 2 millimeter away from the lid margin in each lid. And in the upper lid, another arcade, which is called the superior arterial arcade, is formed, which lies near the upper border of the tarsal plate. The branches go forward and backward from these arches to supply various structures. Then next are the veins. The veins of the eyelids, they are arranged in the two plexus, a post-tarsal and a pre-tarsal plexus. A post-tarsal plexus drains into the ophthalmic veins, and a pre-tarsal plexus opens into the subcutaneous veins. Okay, next is the lymphatics. These are also arranged in two sets, the pre-tarsal and post-tarsal. Those from the lateral half of the lids drain into the preauricular lymph nodes, and those from the medial half of the eyelids drain into the submandibular lymph nodes. Then the nerves of lids. The motor nerves are facial. The facial nerve, we have already studied, facial nerve supplies the orbicularis oculi muscle. Then there is a oculomotor nerve which supplies the LPS muscle, levator palpebrae superioris. And there is sympathetic fibers which supply the Muller's muscle. These are the motor nerves. Then the sensory nerve supply, it is derived from the branches of the trigeminal nerve, which is the fifth cranial nerve. So here completes our anatomy of the eyelid. We have already discussed the layers of eyelids, then the glands of eyelids, the blood supply, nerve supply, lymphatics, all these things have been discussed here. In next session, we will discuss the diseases of the eyelid. So, thank you so much. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you're satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you so much.